Don't worry, you are not having a seizure or a stroke. I am not back in the Season 10 world. Well, I am, actually, but I'm just visiting in a creative way. Because I wanted to look at this forest. I think this is a difficult thing. We left Season 10, and we left this forest, which I think might be one of my favorite immersive things I've ever built in Minecraft. I have structures and stuff that I think I might like more, but as far as making you feel like you're really living in a world, this forest is probably up there for me as one of my favorite things. I love the waterfall and this kind of glass stream that we did going through there, and I love the feeling of walking through the woods in this forest. And not only do I love it, I miss it. And in the world that I'm in right now, it feels incomplete. So I'm just walking through it again just to get a feeling again of what this felt like to be in here. Because I think once you get the feeling, it can help you recreate. And I want to recreate that today. I want to make a forest, but I want to do it differently. This was done, actually, I mean, it was a difficult process, a lot of blocks, but this is about the easiest way you can do it. These pine trees, they're pretty simple. There's not really any branches. It's just one trunk all the way up. And then, you simulate the branches with a few trapdoors here and there, and then just leaves on the side. It's a pretty simple way to do it. I want to try to do it differently and experiment with some other ideas for our new world in Season 11. But here we are now in our Season 11 world, still working our way into high production mode, but we're getting there slowly but surely. We've done some really cool things. I think we've experimented with some new things, with some new terrain and stuff, and it's all looking very pretty out here. But the goal is to make it even prettier. And that feeling, I feel like I'm getting sunburned out here. And I'm just missing, there are pieces from that old world that I was like, man, I don't know if I can play Minecraft without it. I can't play Minecraft. Oh, hello. I can't play Minecraft without that forest. We'll do it in a little different way, but here's a forest. But good luck. Good luck getting through because, okay, I'll go here. You can't, they're too cramped. You can't get through these forests. You need something with a little bit of headroom. So that's going to be our goal today. It'll also help. I'm thinking right here will be a good location for this forest because this is a pretty wide open plain, and we put this structure in last episode, which I'm happy with. What I'm not happy with is the fact that it feels like it's just not tied in to the world very well. It feels like it's just sitting here. Now, from this angle with the trees on either side, it kind of ties it in a little bit, but from most angles, not so much. So I think a nice forest right in here will help. And this is, I think Etho has been pranked. But yes, tie this in. Speaking of tie this in, did anybody say they wanted bone blocks? Oh, I have lots. Those of you that play Minecraft know this is rich. This is wealth right here. This is every item in the game you could ever want. And, oh, yeah. Ah, yes. Corrales seems to have left a little present for us. We have some custom stuff that we can do on the server from time to time, and it looks like we have custom painting right now. And this custom painting is of the beautiful Lord Corrales laying sideways, I don't know what that is, on a little couch, lounging there in his Roman attire. Every once in a while, I'll look through here and I'll see some moss missing with diamonds in their place. I've told the Northerners, take as you wish. But, yeah, I think that's probably who has been borrowing and has left a little gift. This is gift enough, goodness sakes. I love it so much. But anyway, that's what our plan today is forest, and it's going to be big. It's going to be a pretty huge project. I've been doing a lot of work collecting leaves. It's going to be a ton of azalea leaves, a ton of acacia leaves, I think will be nice because acacia leaves, they're actually a pretty nice shadow for azalea leaves. You know, I mean, any acacia leaf kind of have the same color as any like oak leaves or something like that. Let's see, I got some oak leaves, some mangrove leaves here as well. So a bunch of leaves collected, and I think that'll be a nice combo for our forest. But there's something I want to do. I would need to head out into the world because I had a pretty good idea for a fallen tree. Any forest needs some fallen trees in it. And I don't have the block that I would need to replicate it. Aha! Okay, here we are. This is, of course, the Pale Forest. And you know what I might do, actually? I'm thinking, obviously, this will probably be easier at nighttime, but if I get in here and just start bushwhacking like crazy. Ooh, let me get the other one, actually. Fortune as well. Let's get some fortune going. And just start chopping down trees. Maybe I'll find a creaking heart? Is that what I need? A creaking heart. Let's get some saplings while we're at it. If let's say I find a creaking heart right here on the first try. Is it possible? It's just in these trees somewhere. Hopefully, I can get one before nighttime and not even have to worry about fighting some creakings and some other bad stuff here in the darkness. Oh boy. Okay. Actually, here on Hermitcraft, people sleep. They sleep very quickly often, and usually that person is me, but it is nighttime, and this would be prime time. Ah! Who do I see? No. I need to find creaking. Aha! There's one! I see one! Hi! Wait! What? Skeleton! Where? I can't see anything! Zombie! Where's the skeleton? Aha! I'm almost dead! Who's hitting me? You! I'm looking at you, buddy! Yeah, I see you. Let me heal. Ouch! Ouch! Okay, right in there. All right, you think I don't see that? Okay. It's right in there. Okay, I see it. Aha, and it's daytime. Thank you, Grian. Perfect timing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was right in here somewhere. Aha, I see it now. Yes. And resin as well? Is there anything bad around? I found it. There it is. Okay, that's what I needed. Perfect. Silk touch? Ah, this is silk touch. Okay, perfect. Ouch, I'm out of here. Time to go back home. Let's grab a piece of tuff. Let's grab a piece of deep slate just to see if these would work. Let's make a stair there and a stair there. Let's try these out. Now, there's something at my front door here, as you can see. This is the Nautilus Racing League with a couple of banners. I think this is the one Cub decided on, but Cub and some other hermits made a racetrack for a Nautilus Racing League. I'm not doing so well.
Set. Go, 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 go.
Whoa, we're going.
We're off.
Woo! Woohoo! Oh, there's a big
Gotta go down.
That's gonna happen.
Oh, I can't go through there. No.
We can't get through there.
Oh,
I can tell
ZF.
he's not been practicing.
Oh,
not,
ZF.
yeah, I'm not ready.
Do you know where you're going, Bdubs?
Nope.
Is the question?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
We are so lost right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Who's gonna
Let's
be
go.
last?
Yeah!
Zed's gonna be
In tandem.
Oh.
Nicely done.
Literally a photo finish, guys.
But let's test this out. If we do the pale oak wood down there, it looks like a really beat up type of wood. And then you put that creaking heart on there. That looks really cool. You see that on logs out in the world. Just ignore the top part even. But if you put maybe tough on top, that blends pretty well. Would deep slate blend better? That's why I grabbed that to see. Squinting for a dead tree, maybe. But I think this could make a really cool, like, dead-looking tree. And then if you do something like this, tie it in a little bit, of course, but that could look like a nice fallen tree if done properly. Give it a little time to finesse it and whatnot. But I think that could be really cool. Get this off of here, maybe? Have this leaning on something? Yeah. I think we could do something cool with that. I'll work on that idea. But that's why I wanted to go get one of those creaking hearts, because our forest will need some fallen trees that our other forest didn't have. But anyway, I think I'm going to get started. I don't know if I'll finish it. It's a big project. Huge project. And I'm sick again! And I'm so glad to be sick. That's 3 times in 2 months. I used to say, everybody take vitamin D drops, because vitamin D drops help build up your immune system. Scar taught me that. It's a lie. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help me, because I get sick all the time. My walking petri dish children bring home diseases, and they give them to me. Nice gift. Thanks so much. Love you, children. All right. I'll get things together. Start building this forest, and hopefully I'm healed by the time I'm done with it. This is a good place to bring you in. I can kind of talk about what I've done so far. Quite a bit of progress, but actually terrible timing because nighttime cometh. But just starting out with some of these these are like balsam trees, where they're very thin up at the top. And then these are some of our, very similar to our trees from last season. Just peppering a couple of those in there, and a couple over there as well, just to get a little bit of a frame for the area, and then slowly blend it into the other areas. But I'm also working on setting up where the trees will go, and kind of giving a rough idea of what they're going to look like. We'll see it clearly in the morning. So last season, one thing that I did with the forest was it was just all one tree type. It was all this, as we saw earlier in the episode. But here I'm wanting to really mix it up with a lot of different tree trunk types. And then, the rest up there, that's just leaves, But the tree trunk types will kind of give a lot of variation to the forest. Hopefully not too busy, I'm hoping, but using a lot of acacia and oak primarily, and then some dark fences, some tough walls, some birch walls. Well, that's not birch, that's diorite, but it's symbolizing birch. Even a little bit of granite here and there, I think will be very cool and will look nice. Now, you're really noticing this glass and stuff here, which looks very out of place. It looks weird, but you know my tree tricks. I like using glass every once in a while to help force some shapes. So this shape right here, it flows nicely because of that black glass right there. It'll flow even nicer once we get our canopy in here, because the shadows will help disguise how different that is. Every once in a while, I put in like a basalt here. I think it'd be cool to make a tree with a basalt tree trunk, because that's like it's the perfect block. Maybe even mix in some polished basalt. That's also like a perfect tree trunk. Well, kind of a low def tree trunk, but I think that'll be really cool. I've got plans for the broken tree that we were talking about earlier up over there, kind of, but I think it's looking pretty cool. Here you can get kind of a top-down view. I think this is a nice view to kind of see the disbursement. It is a little bit thick, but we've got kind of an open area here in the middle. I've worked a little bit on the terrain, making it look a little bit interesting. Just right under the trees doing podzol and coarse dirt, because there won't be a whole lot of grass growing there. But as it goes out further, light will shine through and let green grow down below. For instance, this area right here, it's kind of a little area there. The path goes this way. It comes up to go to the farm. comes up here to go to the farm. Not a whole lot of trees in the area, so I'm assuming that we'll have a little bit of light shining through here. So this can be a nice area to get some flowers in and stuff. And I think that'll look pretty cool. Even mix in maybe some of these guys. Ooh, I do like that. That's cool. But it's already, doing all this stuff out here, it's already starting to tie this building into something, into a landscape, which I think is really nice. That's the main feeling that I'm going for, is I want to help this feel like it's part of the world. Now, I've also dug out a little bit of a potential stream right here that will go under this little bridge and then out to the water out here. I don't know if we'll get to that today. I might try, but I think we'll do it kind of in that glass style as well, because I'm missing that, and I love that. Here's a very far away view, and you can see kind of how those trees are blending in over there, blending in over there. Now we need to fill this area in here with a bunch of leaves. But we'll do that after a quick commercial break. There's an embarrassing and obvious lesson that I didn't learn until I was an adult. Let's say this small circle is the calories that you use in a day, and the big circle is the calories you eat in a day. You will gain weight. So for me, one of the keys to staying fit and leaner was making eating good food easier than getting junk food from a fast food establishment. That's where Factor comes in, because they deliver fresh, never frozen food right to your doorstep, and it can be ready within just 2 minutes. I often do a lot of meal prep, and sometimes that prep plus all the cleanup of washing pots and pans can get kind of difficult and monotonous. With Factor, you have none of that. This is something that I think is very valuable. Most of the meals deliver 30 plus grams of protein, some of them up to 53 grams, and that helps with muscle repair. Factor has over 100 rotating weekly options for meals and salads to breakfast, shakes, and more, all crafted for great taste and nutrition. So head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code BDubsFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code BDubsFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. All right, who's ready to go for a walk? Let's go for a walk through our new forest. Of course, this path isn't connected to anything, but eventually it will connect up over there because there is a path just that way. We'll have a little bridge right here and kind of wind through like this. But here we are. I'm not done. I do need to extend this. It kind of ends sharply here. So got to extend that out. And I actually think this is going to be a work in progress forest. I think I really went very heavy with the leaves intentionally. That scared me. I have a lot of torches around because there's mobs spawning. But I went very heavy with the leaves intentionally because it's easier to do that than to make a bunch of branches. So I did do some branches in some areas where you can see, some branches poking up. But the main thing that I did was just put a lot of leaves in because it's a little abstract. But that's kind of the feel you get in a forest anyway. You could see branches there. But I have work that I'm going to continue to do on this forest. But let's not miss this view right here. No, this was intentional. This was on purpose. We've made ourselves a picture frame right here of our base. That's pretty. I like that. Made the whole forest just for that. No. The forest, well, maybe. It is just for feel and vibes. But I think I'm very happy with the feel right now. And I'm anxious to just continue working on it. One of the main things that I have to do is I have to get rid of all these torches. And if you hit F3, you can see the light level, client light, skylight. So right here, mobs could spawn. Even though, well, if I got rid of that torch. If this is, you know how it has to be light level 1. If it's not skylight level something, I don't know. Either way, I have a lot of work to do on just getting this thing spawn safe. So for the moment, we're going with torches. But anyway, look at this. Feel this vibe. So while I was working on this, Cub came over and he was asking, because he's working on his terrain and stuff right now, what foliage can you put in an area aside from just trees? Oop, that's my scaffolding. To, you know, fill it out. And I thought that was a very great question, a very timely question, because that's exactly what I've been working on here. What else can we do other than just trees? So we have these, I don't think I gave a good look at these bushes down here. These bushes are just, in here I've got dark oak fence to be like branches. Out in like wild nature, you'll see really big, tall bushes. Like in landscaping, we like to keep our bushes kind of smaller and stuff, not too overgrown. But out in the wild, bushes will grow 20 feet tall. More than that even. Here's a red twig dogwood. Red branches. And then some lower growing ones along with just fill it out with grass blocks, ferns, and stuff like that. And it kind of just blends it right into the terrain. But this isn't necessarily foliage, but little boulder or rock formations like this. This is so simple and easy. It's just some slabs and stairs, and then feather it out a little bit with buttons and pressure plates. That's a really nice thing you can do to kind of fill out some space. So that's kind of what I did. And really the impact of moss carpets is insane. Like if you remove these, it's just flat. Like let's just find an area. See how flat this is? If I just put moss carpets in here, it spruce it up real nice. Here is our fallen tree. It's still going to work on this too. Maybe have some branches poking out of it and whatnot. But I think that's kind of a cool look. It sells the idea to me. So I'm cool with it. Kind of falling over another fallen tree. Want to kind of dirty up the ground in that area as well. So we're getting a showcase of it all right now, but this is not the final form. That season, I worked quite a bit on my forest over time as well. But here are the glass panes jumping out at you. There's a glass pane there. I looked right at it. But they aren't like what you see out of the corner of your eye is just a benny branch, right? You don't really see that glass pane. So that's kind of what I want. That's the purpose. I did that on purpose. Good talk. Good talking. Very nice. Okay. I'm happy. I'm really happy, actually. We've got 2 trees right here going this way. And I think that's going to be a little bit of a frame for our stream that I'm going to run down here. And I've been thinking about the best way to do it. And I'm thinking water wheel right here on the side of the building, connected to nothing. But one day it will connect to something. But for the moment, I just want to work on the view that you would get when you're crossing the bridge. Because here you get a nice view of our base. But here, I want to have a view of this water wheel right here. Here's another little picture frame. That's one of the things I love about the forest is you get sight lines that you can work on. So anyway, I want to do that. I want to work with glass. I want to cover this all in mud and deep slate and see how it looks when we're all done. All right, my children just came and inspected my water wheel, and they said I should do blue. Cyan could work, actually. Some ice could work as well. They said I should put blue glass. They weren't. This is a good test for me. If my children are okay, and they're like, hey, that looks real cool, even though it's kind of abstract, you know, like the leaves. All of this I think all of Minecraft building is abstract. I'm not sure the definition of abstract, but I'm assuming it's like not an exact representation, but something that gives you the feeling of that thing. And so that's what I'm kind of going for with this forest, and this glass is more of an abstract feel. But here we go. I think we're getting there. I think this feels legit. I think even down there where it's splashing, I think that feels legit. I even did a little bit right here that I think looks pretty good. But I need to, this is not all perfect. Obviously, this is just getting like the initial in. I'm leaving myself stuff to do. Stuff to do on live streams. I'm going to do an AV1 live stream that's going to blow your minds. AV1. Highest quality of ever streaming? Anybody want that? That might be cool. Add a little blue in there? Maybe. I'm doing candles. They are like the perfect splash. Let's see if we can get a little something here. How does that look? It would just, yeah, I need some down here. This is where it needs to go. Down. This is where the splash would be. Get that one out of there. Get that one out of there. Maybe even sneak a couple pieces of diorite in here. Could be cool. I don't know. It's just lots of finagling. Just put a couple blocks in, step back, take a look at it, see if you like it, and go from there. But I think this is really coming along. I guess I could try this because one of the problems with this is that you lose the blue of the water and it's a kind of a rough blend. No, that will not work. It is so bright. There would have to be more finessing with darker glass and stuff like that. But this is in a very good place for me, I think. I'm very happy with this, where this is at, because I often get a build to a point to where I'm like, oh, it's done. I've got it perfect. It's exactly how I want it. But then I'm thinking like, oh, I would like to live stream with you guys. And then I have nothing to do. So I'm giving myself a little something to do on live stream stuff because I live stream. I would be remiss if I didn't take a nice overview from a distance. This might need some love as well. Like I said, I think it's pretty dense. Although that's a pretty good, I mean, we can tie in more to our terrain over here, which feels a little flat, but maybe that's cool. These trees kind of help tie it in a little bit, but boy, that's a cool view. I like that. I'm very happy, and you can even see a little bit of the river running out right there. Oh, yes. This is really coming along. I do have another path this way as well that I want to connect up to. So I've got a couple of different directions that I can connect my now path and forest to. These torches are driving me crazy, though. They gotta go. But I gotta get it safe first. I think in the future, something that I'm going to do, one of the next projects I'm going to work on actually is I am going to get an XP situation with some LAs and stuff, because the amount of times I had to repair my tools to get all these leaves, it was insane. And then going off to the end and getting all my XP to repair my tools in the end, that's a lot. That's a lot of work. So I'd like to have just a little XP place at my place, and I will finally feel like I've caught up to where I was last season. This has been running the whole time I've been building, and I've filled my coffers some more. There's so much, but I'm anticipating a big haul. We're going to have a big haul down here now today. Oh, Moomy Mama. Oh, my goodness. You couldn't be more rich, Bdubs. You couldn't be more rich. I could build a whole mountain out of bone blocks if I wanted to. If you see a hermit that needs bone blocks, only northerners, tell them, come on by. Pick up free bones. Anyway, this is a huge, moving all this stuff. This is going to be a little bit of a project in and of itself. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for watching. We had a wonderful time today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some inspiration. And I hope you guys are liking the vibe we got going on in here. I'm very happy with it. But anyway, I love you to death. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.